Test Prep Pundits, a synonym for success, and a home to top 1% scores. Congratulations to Gutha Mandala for achieving SAT score 1570, Farah Khalil 1540, Kunal Varma 1510, and many more top 1% scores.
Join our 2 weeks of free SAT Premier Prep.
For high school grades 9 through 12, for middle school grades 7 through 8. Also win Visa gift cards. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us 844-383-7844. Visit us, www.testpreppundits.com.
On her big day, she decides how it's going to be.
Get ready to make way for the brides of India.
With Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us, 844-383-7844.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూ జెర్సీలోని కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్ లో మే 27, 28, 29, 2022 ఈ 3 రోజులు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. ప్రముఖ వ్యాఖ్యాత సుమా కనకాలతో పాటు మరెందరో సినీ రాజకీయ ప్రముఖులు విచ్చేయనున్నారు. అంతేకాదు ప్రముఖ గాయని గాయకులతో ఎస్పీబీకి ఘన నివాళి, కప్రిసియో బ్యాండ్ మరియు వైవిధ్యభరితమైన ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు ఆహుతులను అలరించనున్నాయి. ఆటలు పాటలతో సినీ తారలు, బుల్లితెర నటీనటులు, జానపద కళాకారులు అందరికీ ఇదే మా సాదర ఆహ్వానం. ఫర్ మోర్ డీటెయిల్స్ ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ www.tdaconvention.org.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్ట్లు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TV Asia Telugu.
On her big day, she decides how it's going to be.
Get ready to make way for the brides of India.
With Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified of the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
Test Prep Pundits.
Tvasiatelugu ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome to another fabulous episode of our talk show with experts. మనతో ఉన్నారు మన expert Rahul Reddy garu. Rahul garu, thank you so much for being on the show today, Andy. Rahul garu, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Thanks for the invite. Thanks for inviting, Andy.
Okay. I wasn't sure, Andy. Sorry about that. The program has been sponsored by the Test Prep Pundits. A home to the top 1% scores. They're offering 2 weeks of free SAT prep for high school and for middle school students. Please visit their website for more details. The program is supported by movers.com and Malabar Jewelers. Watch us on Yup TV, Facebook, YouTube, Sling TV, World BBTV and Dish Network. All right. Coming to the topic for today. This looks like a very, very interesting topic, Rahul garu, because it seems to have gotten our viewers pretty excited, and we've seen a lot of questions coming in. So interfile versus refile. I know that there's been a lot of debate as to what is what, and so let's talk about interfile versus refile of AOS. What is the better option? But Rahul garu, explain to us what are these two options and why one is better than the other.
Okay, first, this is only applicable for the people who have filed the adjustment of status, especially for the people who filed in the month of October, November and December of 2020 though. As we know, Nitya garu, that priority dates moved very fast, and we filed all these for H5, and some of them seems to have ended up in a black hole called Texas Service Center and some in Nebraska Service Center. So now people are trying to see how to get away from it. So there are, and initially EB3 has moved all the way to January 1st of 2015. EB2 was only until May 1st of 2011. May 15th, sorry, somewhere around that. So there's a lot of, all the people filed their adjustment of status in EB3, most of them at that point of time, because especially if their priority date is in June of 2011 or up to January 1st of 2015, they all downgraded and filed the adjustment of status. Now the EB2 moved forward. I mean, it's very similar to Los Angeles highways, whichever lane these people are, poor guys, the other lane is moving now.
As always.
However, now people can be in two lines.
Right.
People can be in two lines. Unlike the car we drive can only be in one line, you can have two lines. That is called refiling.
Sir, unless you're driving back in India, then you can be in two lines.
In here also,
oh,
you just have to pay a little bit extra money.
Extra money for that.
And you can be in two lines, EB3 and EB2. That is called refiling. You have to refile. Now, there are some catches to it. Now, when you refile, though, you will have to pay the entire filing fees, the legal fees. The company has to approve that you can refile the application. And you're starting from the scratch, though. It's not like when you filed from October 2020, you're not going to get that status, though. So that means you're filing in March of 2021.
Correct.
There is another catch is that you cannot leave the company if you want to be in this two lines. If you want to be in the two lines, you cannot leave the company for up to 180 days after you refile the application.
Okay.
So that's a catch point too, is that where you cannot achieve if you do refiling. Now, the advantages of the refiling is that when we filed the adjustment of status in October of 2020, November of 2020, and December of 2020, when we compare that with the adjustment of status that we filed in October of 2021, November of 2021, and December of 2021, guess who is getting more approvals, Nitya garu? The ones who filed in 2020 or the ones who filed in 2021? Simple question. General answer is it should be October of 2020.
Yeah,
that's a normal, but that is not true.
Okay.
If you look into the stats that we publish in immigrationgirl.com, and you can even verify your own authenticities of different people who have filed. So the people who filed in October of 2021 are getting more approvals than that of October 2020. Reason being, the ones that we are filing in October of 2021, we are not filing along with the I-140. We're only straightly filing the 485 application. When we file straight 485 application, it's going to National Benefit Center most, if not all the time, especially when we file in October. If we file along with the I-140, it can either end up in Nebraska Service Center or Texas Service Center. It cannot end up in National Benefit Center, which is also called as MSC.
Okay.
So that is the greater advantage for refiling the application. Now, you must also be maintaining the non-immigrant status. So if you have used the EAD, that means you got married to the previous adjustment of status, you cannot do refiling of the application. Now, there are ways to get back into H-1B. If you have a valid I-94, you can fly to Mexico and come back called automatic revalidation. You can get back to H-1B and H-4 and refile. But you must maintain the non-immigrant status at the time of filing the refiling application. That is refiling. Now, what is interfiling? Interfiling until January of 2022, we used to send a letter to the USCIS and along with the explanation saying that my client has EB2 approval, so please consider this guy under EB2 approval. When we send that letter, you know, what does the immigration do with this letter? They just throw that out sometimes, and they that's how they do. But sometimes they attach it and they approve it. There is no legal process until January of 2022. So we used to send it, it's hit and miss, sometimes they accept it, sometimes it is up to the discretion of the USCIS officer to accept the interfiling. It is not a must that they have to accept it. In January of 2022, they come up, wow, we are going to introduce a new system. There's going to be a new address in California. They are going to give us a particular address. And they told us to file the 485J supplement, which is used for a little bit different purposes than the interfiling. But they said, we are going to use the 485J supplement. Why don't you use this one and file it? Okay. We thought, okay, what we thought in January of 2022 is, yes, we are going to convert the people's final action dates, whoever is current EB3 to EB2. We're going to file a 485J supplement, and miraculously in 1 week or 10 days, we're going to get our 485 approved because it's a new place, new center though. January has passed, February has passed, now we are in March. Of all the 485J supplements that we filed almost like about maybe 70, 80 from my desk though. There are other lawyers in our office. We are 18, 19 lawyers. I'm one of the lawyers. Only I published my desk. Only one receipt notice came in. Only one receipt notice came in. Rest of the receipt notices did not come in. The ones that we filed in January and February, first week or so, only. After that also not. Only one receipt notice came in. And not a single case has been approved. The ones we refiled the applications, we started refiling application October of 2021. We already got approvals for 3 to 4 cases though. We filed about 40 cases of refiling. About three cases, as of now, 3 cases got approved. Now it's published in immigrationgirl.com. That's my business partnership publishes my desk data there. So you can watch it on the trend though. So interfiling one, in January, we got the good news. They formalized the process. The bad news is that we got only 1 receipt notice and 0 approvals. Having said that, though, we have noticed that Texas Service Center is moving a little bit. It's not any more black hole. We have not seen many approvals at all. We're seeing trickling in out of the hundreds of cases. we're getting some tricklings in the Texas Service Center. So
Although
now
I think they made this to make the Texas Service Center look better, Andy. They're like, let's build a bigger black hole so that this black hole doesn't look as bad, you know.
I'm right now in Dallas. It's not my location, but I'm in a vacation visiting my mom. Very near to the Texas Service Center, though. Okay. But now the dilemma to the people is, what should you do?
Yeah.
Do you interfile? Do you refile? Here is one thing that I will shy away, though. After telling all these things, don't ask me what Rahul would do, because there is no clear-cut answer to this thing. There are certain times it's a judgment call. Right. If after listening to this one and then other of our things, though, if you still cannot, if you are eligible for interfile and refile, you still cannot make it, I want you to give a toss to your spouse. Let her pick it. Heads, refile; tails, interfile. And if she turns out to be correct, that the one that she picked out goes very good, I should get the credit because I told you to pick your spouse. And if he or she goes wrong, me and you should go and blame your spouse because it's because of them it went wrong. Or you wasted your money. It could happen. I mean, so it's a very judgment call people have to decide, though. But of course, there are a lot of questions coming on the interfiling. We'll try to answer as much as possible.
Awesome, sir. Thank you so much, Andy. And on that note, let's take our first caller for the day. And Rahul, we have a ton of questions as well, but yeah, let's take our caller with phone number ending in 5003. We ready for you now? 5003.
Anita, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, Rahul.
Sure, go ahead, sir.
Currently, I'm transferring my H1B to new employer, and to the attorney office, I provided the SOC code that was used for my previous H1Bs, and they filed my LCA this week. But yesterday, I noticed in ONET online for the SOC code, the SOC code that was used was 17-2199.02. But in O.NET, yesterday I observed that they mentioned a statement saying that 17-2199.02 is no longer used. Please use 17-2112.02. But with same occupation title. So my question is, will Department of Labor approve the LCA because the SOC code that was used is no longer in use?
I don't know exactly the numbers that you're speaking about. Why can't you just file one more right now? How long does it take to refile it? If the SOC code number they're telling is not to use it, just refile it. It takes 5 to 10 seconds. That's it.
Got it.
Solve the problem. Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And Rahul, in the meantime, I have a question for you. This is a question from Pandian. Says, my friend's mother, whose husband is expired and has no other children, age 60 plus, no income, is living alone in India. My friend is on an H1B visa in the US. Is there any option or process so he can have his mother as his dependent along with his wife to stay in the US? I know she can get a visitor's visa, but then she can only stay for 6 months at a time and has to return back.
No, unfortunately, this country has given you a special permission only for you to work in United States and bring only your wife and children. It does not allow your parents, your brothers, your sisters, and your other relatives to accompany you in the H1B provision. It does not. I sympathize with your situation, but there is no solution for it, though.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 2531. We ready for you? 2531.
Hi, Nita and Rahul. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure, sir.
Sure.
I have a EAD-AP combo card through that I-145 in October 2020 downgrade.
Of course.
I'm just planning, I'm asking this is, can we travel to Mexico and through land and come back just based on AP card? I mean, no H1B or no tourist visa in Mexico, just based on advance proof?
Absolutely, you can. No problem. You can do that.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of mixed information on
No, sir.
internet,
You
right?
have
With
advance parole, but is it a combo card or only EAD card? If it's a combo card, it has an advance parole. You can go to the land border, cross from San Diego to Mexico, in Baja, California. You can drive back using the advance parole, no problem. Having said that, is there a chance that they can take you to the secondary room and make you wait for 10 minutes and then process your advance parole? There is a chance for it because they don't have the facilities to immediately process, but you will have no problem, none whatsoever at all in coming back into the country, either through land border or through air border. Okay?
Okay, and no tourist visa in Mexico, right? Like no tourist visa required for this.
Yeah. I would double check with the travel agent in Mexico, but if you have a travel permit to come into the United States, you should not have any problem entering into Mexico without tourist visa. Okay?
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to ask. Thanks for your help.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller, guys. And question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Mav Cool M. Says, can we refile after interfile using the same employer, same EB2 I-140, which I-140 number to write in the 485G supplement for interfiling, EB3 or EB2?
First of all, he asked the question of refiling though. If you interfile, you can still refile. That option is still open though. There's absolutely no doubt about it.
Okay.
If you, well, we need to have some music in between because he asked two questions. The second question that he asked is, if I'm interfiling, what I-140 number should be used in the 485J supplement? It is going to be only EB2, not EB3. That's the whole purpose why you're filing the interfiling is to have the I-140 number in 485J supplement to be of EB2. If by any chance you keep it in EB3, those guys are not going to look into it. Form says EB3, they're going to look. So it's going to be EB2 only.
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah. All right, now I all right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. And let's take our caller. Caller with phone number ending in 9197. We're ready for you now. Please press *6 and to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line. Hello? Hello? Caller with phone number ending in 9197. All right, let's put the caller on. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Can you mute your TV line, please?
Yes. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, we're hearing like a double voice. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Is it okay now?
It's better now. Yeah, please go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I got a biometric of
we can't hear you clearly.
Sorry, sir. Excuse me, sir. We're again running into the same problem. Your voice is getting doubled up and it's kind of overlapping. We're unable to understand what's going on.
Oh, Andy. Okay.
Maybe
Andy.
Try taking us off of speakerphone, Andy, if you can.
The speaker low, Andy. I just need,
No, try again. Let's do again.
Yeah.
We'll give you a chance again. Let's go to
So
the next
try calling in again and we'll definitely make sure our team picks up your call, Andy. We have your number.
Okay. Can I call again, sir?
Yeah, can you can call disconnected, call back in and then we'll have our team pick up the call as well. Yeah, thank you. All right, let's take our next caller. And yeah, I'm not very sad, I just have very bad allergies. All right, caller with phone number ending in 0927. We're ready for you, Andy. Please press *6 to unmute your line. 0927. Hello? Caller with number ending in 0927.
I'll go through some of the questions, Andy.
Yeah.
Hello?
Let's do that. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Yeah.
Hi. Yeah.
My question is like I got my I-140 approved just last month and we filed under EB3 category and my priority date is June 2020. Now, is it possible like I
priority
can...
date is June 2020.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I upgrade my EB3 category running right now to EB2 with the same employer in the same position? Because I have like 3 years experience in US and 3 years experience back in India.
But the labor certification was filed under EB3.
Yes, correct.
Okay. You can, it's not for the same position though, but if it's a different position, you can do with the same employer EB2. There are some hiccups, especially when the experience that you gained is with the same employer. There are some hiccups, but you can try though. Okay?
Okay.
But
and
not
do
for
I need
the
to
same
restart
position, but it has
everything?
to. Yes, sir. If the labor certification, underlying labor certification has not been filed under EB2, you cannot use the same labor certification. You have to start from the scratch again for EB2.
Oh, from the perm certification onwards, right?
You're absolutely right, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take our next caller, Andy. And Rahul, got a question for you, sir. This is from Rachita Mittal. Says, I'm currently on an H1B, downgraded to EB3 in October of 2020 and got my EAD and advance parole. If I travel to India and come back using my advance parole, would I lose my H1B status? And if yes, then how do I go back on the H1 status?
If you come back on advance parole, you may be losing the non-immigrant status though. Okay. You can do one thing, is that there is something called Margarita visa, we call it as. Me and Nitya call it as. So all you need to do is that go to Mexico. When you come back, you tell them you're coming back on H1B. Show them the H1B. As long as you have the job and you have the continuation of the job with that particular company, you can absolutely come back on H1B. We tried this many times, no failures. You can do that. Even though you use the advance parole, you fly to Mexico, come back. You may ask a question, I don't have the H1B stamping in my passport. How can I come back from Mexico to USA on a 797 that is approved along with the I-94 into USA? That's the reason we call it as a Margarita magic. You go to Mexico, you come back with a Margarita magic. That's it. You're good. Have a Margarita there, come back, you're good.
That's all they need to do, right?
Yep.
Our favorite kind of visa, sir. Yep. All right. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 0424. We're ready for you now. Caller with phone number ending in 0424, Andy. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Hello?
Hello, Nitya garu. Can you hear?
Hi, ma'am. Cheppandi, please. Yeah,
Hi,
go ahead.
hello.
Hi.
So, hello, Rahul sir. So, downgraded 2020, I-140 still not approved, Andy. Can we interfile right now? We are current in both EB2 and EB3.
You can interfile even though your I-140 under EB3 is not approved, but I do not recommend. Here is one problem that I have though. The basis for the 485 is EB3 and that has not been approved though. So technically, according to me, they cannot approve the EB2 485 unless the EB3 is approved. So I would recommend to do premium processing, get the I-140 approved, then do the interfiling. Is it I'm sorry?
7 to 8 times premium processing has been rejected. So we were just thinking, is it like a sign that...
15 times. We tried with our law office, we tried 15 times. And there are a lot of cases that got approved between 7 and 15 times.
And also, there is something that my husband has to change the job, like it's in the same, like a progression, organic promotion. Would that, I mean, they're going to submit a 485J. Would that affect interfile?
No, that will not affect the interfile. That will not affect interfile.
Okay, but still we will wait until the I-140 is approved.
I would strongly recommend, ma'am. I would strongly recommend to wait. And to try, if it's 7 times is not enough, do 15 times. Okay? We have tried 15 times. There are some success cases after 15 times. There are only 1 or 2 cases left from my desk because we keep on sending back again, printing back again. They get tired and take our money sometime. Okay?
But are you seeing any profile cases being approved right now?
No, ma'am, not yet. We have not seen any interfile cases approved. You have an option of refiling the entire case too. Since if you maintain the non-immigrant status, you can refile the entire case if you want to. You may want to consider because your I-140 is not approved.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
Nitya.
for calling, Andy. Yeah. Let's take our next caller, and I have a question for you. Now, Garu, this is from Harinath, I think. So he says, I want to renew my EAD and advance parole, which I got last year. And do I need to pay any fees for renewal in the application? Fees are mentioned and some say no. In the application, fees are mentioned, some say no fees for EAD and advance parole renewals.
Send $400 to Nitya Garu and $400 to Rahul Reddy. No, there is no fees. There's no fees. Absolutely, you can't find a fees. If it is an adjustment of status, EAD and advance parole, absolutely there is no fees. No fees for filing it, no fees for extending it, no fees, absolutely no fees. I was just kidding about the 400, okay?
Why only 400, Rahul Garu?
Well, let's get that.
Awesome, buddy. Let's take a caller with phone number ending in 0873. We ready for you now? Please keep $400 ready also for us. Star 600 to unmute your line. Caller with phone number ending in 0873. Hello?
Hello, Nitya Garu.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Nitya Garu and Rahul Garu.
Hi,
Hello,
ma'am.
Andy. Hey, hi, Andy. Thank you for your time, really. You guys are doing a great service for our community.
Thank you. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Question ఏంటంటే అండి, ఇప్పుడు ఇంటర్ఫైల్ విత్ సప్లిమెంట్ సబ్మిట్ చేసిన తర్వాత, ఇన్ కేస్ ఇఫ్ వి travel out of the country and if we receive medicals RFE, what is the grace period, Andy? And I know it's best to do it as soon as possible, but if that's not a possibility, like if we are visiting or something, how would we handle it, Andy?
Normally they may issue, there are 3 things that you could do to get the medicals to them. One, you can just interfile right now. We have given links in the previous TV Asia show. You can look into those things. We have given a link for interfiling medicals. You don't have to wait for the RFP. That's one thing. Second thing, when the USCIS wants to get your medical, they may call something called initial evidence. So you have not provided the initial documentation that is required to file the 485. In that case, they only give you 30 days. However, though, right now, because of the COVID, though, the USCIS has blanketly said that all deadlines are extended by 60 days. So if they issue by 30 days, you have 90 days to respond. If it is an initial evidence, they give you 30 days. The second way that USCIS is asking the medical is in an RFE format. If that's an RFE format, they give you 87 days, plus you add 60 days. So either way, I don't think so you'll be out of the country for more than 90 days. So you should be in good shape in coming and submitting the medicals. And I told you a trick where you can do it before they issue an RFE also, okay?
Okay.
All right, ma'am.
But, sorry. So, ante ipudu supplement తో పాటు medicals చేస్తే it will be confusing and it may delay the case.
Supplement J తోటి కాకుండా separate గా ఫైల్ చేయొచ్చు మీరు మెడికల్స్.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Andy.
Okay, Andy. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. Let's take our next caller and question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Naveen Kohli. Says, spouse's H-1B is valid until March of 25. I have done AVR at Laredo, Texas border for H4 extension and my I-94 was extended till March of 23. Can we do interfiling to update the I-94 till March of 23?
Interfiling for the EAD application is speaking about, which what interfiling is speaking about. He has the I-94 extended right now. I think so. He's speaking about EAD for H4 EAD. You can.
He hasn't mentioned EAD, Andy.
Yeah, because I don't know what.
I don't know what he's done about. He keeps referring to an AVR.
EVR. Yeah.
EVR. Okay.
Yeah. That's fine, but that is the Mexico Margarita thing he did. But I don't know what which interfiling he's speaking about. We'll go to the next question, Andy.
Okay. Sorry, Andy. Let's take our caller. Caller with phone number ending in 0648. We're ready for you now. Caller with phone number ending in 0648. Hello, sir. We can hear you, sir. Go ahead. Yeah, please.
Go ahead.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call. I have one question. I have a H1 receipt number starting with IOE, and it's processed by Vermont Service Center. And I have a question that's related to H4 EAD. Where should I be sending my standalone H4 EAD application to? Which center?
Ooh, I don't have the sheet in front of me right now. I can't remember it right now. So I normally have a sheet in front of me when I do it, but I don't have it right now. Okay?
Okay.
Sorry about that.
There are two centers. One is Dallas and one is Phoenix.
I know, but I cannot tell unless I see it and I confirm it. I cannot reiterate what you're telling, though. I'm sorry about that. I don't have the sheet in front of me. Okay? Sorry about that.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. We'll try to get to it, and then let's take our next caller, Andy. In the meantime, Rahul got a question for you, Andy. This is from Mukesh Nagar. It says interfile to EB2. Okay, there you go. All right. He says, what happens if I lose my job before the 180 days AC21 period? His second question is that my son's age is currently locked. So what happens if I lose the job before the 180 days of refiling?
First one, his son age is locked. If he's interfiling, my question is the son still under 21 though? If he is above 21, I do not want him to do interfiling. If he's below 21 and the final action date under the EB2 is current, he can do the interfiling. Okay. Now the next question that pops, if you lose the job within 180 days after interfiling, they have bought this new system called you have to stick with the company for 180 days after you file the I-485J supplement using the interfiling. They have bought this new system. We don't know how they will implement. I can tell you one thing, that most probably your 485 will not be denied.
Okay.
Very unlikely. The most bad consequence that can occur for you if you lose the job within 180 days is that you may be getting stuck in EB3 instead of EB3. That is the most bad thing that can happen to you.
Okay. Okay. EB3 instead of EB2. Is that right?
Right. He's trying to move to EB3 to EB2, and after he moves to EB2, if he doesn't stay with the company 180 days, he may get stuck within EB3.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Thank you, sir. All right. On that note, let's take our next caller. Caller with phone number ending in 8000. We're ready for you now. Caller with phone number ending in 8000. Please press star 600 to unmute your line. Hello?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, so we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Nitya and Rahul. My question is, my EB3 downgrade was filed in October 2020. I-140 approved, received my EAD AP. So my question is, if I travel using my EAD AP to India and come back using AP, am I getting married to the EB3 category, or I'm just getting married to the EAD status?
You're getting married to the adjustment of status though, okay? So if you want to interfile tomorrow with EB2 though, even though you are married, you are on advanced parole, you can still interfile. For interfiling, you don't have to maintain the non-immigrant status, okay? However, remember we discussed about the refiling of the 485 application. If you want to refile the entire 485 application, you need to be in non-immigrant status though. However, you can do one thing. If you have when is your H1B expiring? I-797 with the I-94.
So it's expiring like 2025. My company just renewed it, and they want to keep my H-1B alive.
Yeah, if you want to though, where you want to be eligible for the refiling, as we pointed out to you, go to Mexico, have a margarita, fly back, tell them you're coming back with this H-1B, that you're working with this particular company that filed the H-1B, and if they have any questions whether they are working, you really have a job with this particular company, you will answer the questions and you'll come back on H-1B. You can do that if you want to. This is only for refiling, but interfiling to EB2, you will still be able to do it even though you will be on advance parole. You will not have any problem.
Okay. Yeah, Interfile is already filed in January 2022. So, yeah, like you said, it won't affect that Interfile. Yeah.
No, sir. It will not affect the Interfile.
Okay. I have one more quick question. So, my H-1B just got approved for 3 years, and my wife's H-4 and H-4 EAD was also filed. Now, how long can she work? And it's pending. So, how long can she work on H-4 EAD? It's expiring in April 2022.
She can only work until April 2022, which is next month. However, there are ways where you can have your wife work until October of 2022. This is again called Margarita Magic. Okay? Your wife goes to Mexico. You and your wife will go to Mexico, fly there. You both will have margaritas there. Stay there for a night at least. Next day you come in. She will show your H-1B approval, and she will get an I-94 until April of 2025. Because of the new rules of the USCIS, if the H-4 is extended and the EAD extension is pending, she can work up to 180 days after the EAD expires. This is also Margarita Magic. You got it?
Okay, great.
And we have tried this in hundreds and hundreds of people. Everybody will fly in there. They came back. Not a single person has reported they did not get an I-94 yet. Is there a chance? Yes, there is a 1% chance. 99% they're going to get it. Sorry, you were speaking something. I interrupted you.
Yeah, so if I fly for this Margarita trip after, like, say, in May of this year, is that okay, or we have to do it before?
No,
before
April. Before April. Because if she's trying to come back after April, though, they may not even let her come back because she doesn't have an I-94 797 to come back into the United States. No, not an option. Next person.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Folks, stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back after.
Test Prep Pundits, a synonym for success, and a home to top 1% scores. Congratulations to Gutha Mandala for achieving SAT score 1570, Farah Khalil 1540, Kunal Varma 1510, and many more top 1% scores.
Join our 2 weeks of free SAT Premier Prep.
For high school grades 9 through 12, for middle school grades 7 through 8. Also win Visa gift cards. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us 844-383-7844. Visit us, www.testpreppundits.com.
Darling, daring, andala rasi, malpuvu, lanti sukumari. Darling, darling, daring, andala rasi, malpuvu, lanti.
On her big day, she decides how it's going to be.
Get ready to make way for the brides of India.
With Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us 844-383-7844.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూ జెర్సీలోని కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్ లో మే 27, 28, 29, 2022 ఈ 3 రోజులు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. ప్రముఖ వ్యాఖ్యాత సుమా కనకాలతో పాటు మరెందరో సినీ రాజకీయ ప్రముఖులు విచ్చేయనున్నారు. అంతేకాదు ప్రముఖ గాయని గాయకులతో ఎస్పీబీకి ఘన నివాళి, కప్రిసియో బ్యాండ్ మరియు వైవిధ్యభరితమైన ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు ఆహుతులను అలరించనున్నాయి. ఆటలు పాటలతో సినీ తారలు, బుల్లితెర నటీనటులు, జానపద కళాకారులు అందరికీ ఇదే మా సాదర ఆహ్వానం. ఫర్ మోర్ డీటెయిల్స్ ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ www.tdaconvention.org.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్ట్లు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TV Asia Telugu.
Darling, daring, andala rasi, malleppuvu lanti sukumari. Darling, darling, daring, andala rasi, malleppuvu lanti.
On her big day, she decides how it's going to be.
Get ready to make way for the brides of India.
With Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
To the talk show with experts. Let's continue with our callers and our live chat viewers as well. Let's take our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, let's see. We have a question from Naveen Kohli. He says, I'm sorry, Mukesh, wait, I lost my track.
Mukesh,
Okay.
I think so.
This is from Sa. He says, my attorney sent interfiling with 485J 15 days before my priority date became current. My priority date is March of 2013 and is current from March. He said he'd send it again in March. Is there any issue on this approach?
There's no need for him to send it again, but if they send it again, it definitely will not harm him.
Okay.
And there's no filing fees anyway.
Awesome. Thank you, Andy. Let's take our caller. Caller with phone number ending in 4203. We ready for you now?
Yes. Thank you so much for taking my call. I have two specific questions to ask. First question is, for somebody whose I-485 is pending, in my case, our company that I'm working for was owned by a private equity firm. They just transferred the ownership of the company to a publicly traded company. So we are still being paid on the same federally, the same FEIA number.
Tax ID number, yeah.
Yeah. So in that case, the lawyer is saying that the 485J supplement filing is not required because this company is still branded the same way. It has just changed the ownership. Is that accurate?
Your lawyer is absolutely 100% correct. Owners can change it. Owners can change all the time. Whenever you buy the stock, let's say I bought a stock from Microsoft. I bought it from, let's say Nitya is selling in the stock market. I am buying it. There's the ownership change. It doesn't matter. A corporation is an individual by itself though. Nothing to do with the owners. They exist by itself. So when the ownership change, nothing changes in immigration. You're good.
Okay, sir. And the last question, sir, is if the 485 does get approved within the 180 days, should I still be working for the company for until after like 180 days, or can I change jobs?
Good question. You can change immediately, especially for the people whom we are filing in October of 2021 and afterwards. They're getting their green card approved way before 180 days. No, you do not have to stick with the company for 180 days after you file the 485. It's only if your 485 is not approved and you want to move to a next company, you have to stick with 180 days. If a green card is approved, no need to stay for 180 days.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. And let's take our next caller, Andy. Rahul Garu, here's an interesting one. This is from Vikas Bansal. Says, can my wife trade stocks while her H4 EAD is expired and is waiting for renewal?
Absolutely. Stock trading is not considered to be working under any law. So if you can trade, your wife can trade, you both can trade, absolutely no problem. You don't need to have a work permit. Even your grandmother from India can log in and trade too. She doesn't need a work permit either.
Okay. That's good to know, Andy. Thank you so much. Let's take our next caller. Caller with phone number ending in 0914. We ready for you now? Hello?
Hello, sir. Yeah, hello, sir. Thank you for taking my call. Recently I applied for the I-765 renewal and 131 renewal. So out of those two applications, only one got approved and I got the card, but on the card, my wife's picture got printed. Actually, we filed for me and my wife. So I returned the card back to them and the status changed to we received your card and looking into it. So is that card still valid because all the other information is printed correctly except the picture, even though we send the pictures correctly by writing the name on the back of the picture? So
yeah, I mean, use it.
Use
it though. Use it. If they notice and ask that it's a technical correction, I would use it, because by the time they resend it, it may take months though. One other thing that I want you to do while you resend, when you resend, did you send the pictures again?
Yeah, I sent the pictures and I mentioned everything in the letter.
Okay, got the point. Do one favor, file one more extra 765 though, as a backup though. And the other thing, what you asked the question is, can I still use it? Use it, not for the travel purposes though, for the EAD purposes, use it. If somebody has an objection to it, at that time you will have to deal with a lawyer though. We will have some solutions for it, okay? But if they just accept it, they're using it, that's fine. You don't have to do anything, okay?
Right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Mani Chittala. Says, my H1B expires August 23rd, and my son ages out on August 24th. So do I need to go for an H4 extension or COS to change status to F1? Please suggest. My priority date with EB2 is October 16.
First thing is that you can just file the F1 status and you do not have to file the H4 extension. Absolutely not. Luckily, in June of 2021, Biden administration came out with the instructions saying that if the person maintained the status until we file the F1 visa, they don't have to maintain the status until the F1 is approved. So previously, we would have advised you, if you'd have called 1 year ago, we would have advised you to file a B2 application for the child so that until the F1 is approved, you have to maintain, but not necessary from June of 2021. Just file for the H4, change of status to F1. You do not have to file for the H4 visa. Now, one other small suggestion that I would suggest you is that your son is becoming 21 on August 24, 2022, and your priority date is 2016. I would suggest you withdraw the I-140 and refile it. And the reason is, just make the immigration lawyer rich like me. Of course, I want to be rich. There's nothing wrong with it, obviously. Here is what you're going to achieve though, because I don't know how long your I-140 took it. Maybe you have done in a premium processing. So maybe you have done in the normal processing though. If you refile the I-140 application though, it's taking 2 years to get the I-140 approved. Okay, approximately 2 years if you refile the application though. What will happen is that the time the I-140 is pending will be deducted from your son's age. So for the purpose of the non-immigrant visa, he's going to become 21 in August 24th of 2022 though. If you withdraw and refile the application, and it takes 2 years for the 485 to get, I-140 to get approved, he becomes 21 when he becomes 23 though. So that's the reason under the CSPA law, the amount of time is required. That's the reason I'm requesting you to withdraw the I-140 and refile it if your company is cooperative.
Yes, Rahul garu, just a quick question on this aging out, Andy. Why is it that in some scenarios the kids do get aged out while in some other scenarios they don't? I mean, what is the sort of logic behind this? People are filing for the green cards right now. Right. Non-immigrant status. When you're coming in the non-immigrant status, you want to have your children to be taken care with you, along with you, is that right? So once the children has grown up, about 21, they're not children anymore. They don't need to be given permission to stay in United States. They should have their own status after they become 21 because they have grown up now. That is for the non-immigrant status. Now, when it comes to the green card, you are in non-immigrant status, but you are applying for the green card. And these baklavas don't approve the I-140s faster so that you can apply the 485, or they don't use the numbers properly to get the green card to all the people who are eligible for it. So because of that, the Congress made a provision because of this baklavas taking a long period of time to approve it. The time period these baklavas take will be deducted from the age of the kid though. So that's the reason why we have something called Child Service Protective Act to deduct the age only the immigration applications though, not the non-immigrant applications. So if your change of status is pending, they still age. If your H4 extension is pending, they say, when it's an I-140, they stopped aging it. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Because, I mean, it feels ridiculous that people have to scramble at the last minute because their kids are aging out and,
Yeah, and there are different
because of your so-called baklavas. How did you come up with that word? Baklavas.
These people, there are different techniques though to try to stop the age of the kids. At least there are techniques that lawyers can do it to prolong their age out by about 2 years. That easily can be achievable.
Okay, that's at least good to know, Andy. Because I think for a lot of people, it sets in panic at the last minute that they cannot do anything. But at least based on what you're saying, it gives them at least a little bit of a cushion, to help their kids. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 8552. We're ready for you now. Please press *600 to unmute your line. Hello?
Hello, Nitya garu and Rahul garu.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Namaste, Andy.
Namaste.
Yeah, thank you very much for your service, Andy. We are learning a lot from these shows, Andy. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
I have approved EAD and AP combo card, Andy. I want to renew it right now. I have a couple of questions on that, Andy. Can I apply on my own, Andy, without an attorney? Can I do it on my own?
You
AP
can.
And EAD renewal?
You can. Certain things I definitely tell no to people though. I'm fine if people apply for EAD and advance.
Okay. I assume the eligibility criteria is still C9 for 765.
You're absolutely right. That's only for adjustment of status extension. Yes.
Okay. And the 765, there is an option field called travel document. Do I need to mention the AP information under the travel document?
Let's not go through the entire filing right now. You are using a lawyer now. That's going to take a long time for me to go. If you have any technical questions, one question, two, not more than two, okay?
Okay, one question for general, everybody is asking. Since I have a combo card, many are renewing it, but they are not getting combo card after renewal. Do I need to do anything different to get the renewal combo card?
There is nothing different you can do though. Make sure both of them are included in one envelope though, 765 and I-131, okay? Other than that, there is nothing you can do to have both of them approved together. There's nothing you can do. We don't know why they changed the policy recently to approve only one and not, we don't know, but just include in the same package, you'll be in a good shape, okay? And there's nothing you can do about it if they approve only a year in advance for all. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks a lot. Sir. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you, sir. And let's take our next caller, Andy. And question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Vinod Yada. Says, what is the procedure to interfile from EB3 to EB2 for dependents because only primary has the underlying I-140?
Good question. The primary will file the 485J, whatever the dependents though. Normally lawyers, everybody I know, I quote, they include a cover letter. They include the mention of the family members in there. They will also include the 485 receipt notices of the family member and tell the USCIS officer to have the entire family move to EB2, not just the primary applicant. That is what normally all lawyers do. So it is default, all the lawyers will include the family members in it. If not, please make sure that your lawyer is including the family members.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 0955. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Hi, Nitya Garu and Rahul Garu. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. So I have an aged out son, and then my I-845 is under process. I got approved EAD and then AP. My question is, like, I'm planning to apply sponsor for him once I got a GC. So what happens to my application once he starts applying on his own?
Oh, when you say, oh, you mean to say he starts his own employment base just like the way you did?
Yes. So
both will,
like in future.
I got it. So you filed so you got the green card, you filed an I-130. Now he got a company that files a labor and I-140. What will happen? Your application. Both will go through.
That's correct.
Okay, parallelly. Both will go through parallelly. You are going in two different lanes now. Whichever reaches first, you take it. Okay. If the family base becomes current, you file the 485. If the employment base becomes current, you file the 485. If both becomes current, you can file both 485s. So yes, that's possible.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Rahul Garu.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And Rahul Garu, question for you. This is from B. Lakshmi 2. She says, my daughter converted from H4 to F1 as she turned 21 and she has pending 485 and age locked. If she travels using the advance parole, what happens to her F1?
Why do you care? It doesn't matter. She's locked in. I will tear up the F1 into pieces and throw in the trash. She doesn't need it. You can ignore it. She just goes to India. She comes back in advance parole. They will kick her out of the civic system. That's fine. She has an EAD. She can continue going to school. Absolutely no problem.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 4699. We're ready for you. Caller with phone number ending in 4699. Hello? Hello? Caller with phone number ending in 4699, Andy. All right. Can we put this caller on hold and take the next one, please? Caller with phone number ending in 2151. We're ready for you now. Caller with phone number ending in 2151. We're ready for you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
My question is around H1B when working 100% remote. I'm currently on I-140 approved as of with the priority date of August 1.
2016. And I want to know if I, let's say, change my job and I look for like a job which is like 100% remote. What are the things that like you have been seeing if you have been dealing with such cases wherein people have got 100% remote jobs or have got converted into 100% remote jobs, and what kind of issues are they facing? Things like, let's say, with respect to the address, what kind of things I have to keep in mind, or as a company that's filing my H1 needs to keep in mind?
Well, absolutely no problem though. If it's 100% remote, you can use your apartment address or a house address in the LCA and explain that it's a 100% remote job. No RFEs on that particularly though, just because it's a remote job. Absolutely no problem. Even if there was any misconceptions about the remote working though, which we used to occasionally see the RFPs because people didn't used to understand what is this remote working, because we were not used to. But from March of 2020 though, the whole world understood what a remote job is. Even the things that cannot be done remotely, they are doing remotely. The USCIS completely understands, the CBP completely understand, the State Department which gives the visa stamping completely understand. These all people understood it very clearly, and we have no problem from March of 2020. All we need to do is put the address as your apartment or your house. Yes, the FDNS may come and knock your house or apartment to make sure you're working at that location or not, but otherwise we don't have any problem.
Okay, so in case if I move to a different place or different address, do I have to?
Will the different address will be in the same MSA within drivable distance of your same apartment or house that you're living, or it's going to be 100 miles? If it is the same MSA or drivable distance though, okay, you're perfectly fine. So if you're working in Dallas, now you move to Fort Worth, that's within the same MSA, you're fine. But from Dallas, you're moving to Houston, you have to file a H-1B amendment. You can't just move. Okay?
Okay. And the rest of the things related to the immigration, like I-140, 485, they will not have any impact on this one?
No, sir. They should not have any impact whatsoever at all.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Andy. All right, folks, I know there's a lot of you waiting on the live chat as well as our callers list, but unfortunately, we're all out of time today. But no worries, we'll come back next week, same time, same place, to answer a lot more of your questions, along with another interesting topic. Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy, for being on the show today.
Thank you, Nitya Garu.
And to all our viewers, stay happy, stay smiling, and we'll see you guys back next week, same time.
Test Prep Pundits, a synonym for success, and a home to top 1% scores. Congratulations to Gutha Mandala for achieving SAT score 1570, Farah Khalil 1540, Kunal Varma 1510, and many more top 1% scores.
Join our 2 weeks of free SAT Premier Prep.
For high school grades 9 through 12, or middle school grades 7 through 8. Also win Visa gift cards. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us 844-383-7844. Visit us, www.testpreppundits.com.
Darling, daring, andala rasi, malippuvu, lanti sukumari. Darling, darling, daring, andala rasi, malippuvu, lanti.
On her big day, she decides how it's going to be.
Get ready to make way for the brides of India.
With Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program. with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us 844-383-7844.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం TTA ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూ జెర్సీలోని కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్ లో మే 27, 28, 29, 2022 ఈ 3 రోజులు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. ప్రముఖ వ్యాఖ్యాత సుమా కనకాలతో పాటు మరెందరో సినీ రాజకీయ ప్రముఖులు విచ్చేయనున్నారు. అంతేకాదు ప్రముఖ గాయని గాయకులతో SPBకి ఘన నివాళి, కప్రిసియో బ్యాండ్ మరియు వైవిధ్యభరితమైన ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు ఆహుతులను అలరించనున్నాయి. ఆటలు పాటలతో సినీ తారలు, బుల్లితెర నటీనటులు, జానపద కళాకారులు అందరికీ ఇదే మా సాదర ఆహ్వానం. ఫర్ మోర్ డీటెయిల్స్ ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ www.tdaconvention.org.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు. మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ.